Okay, welcome to video number 3 for today. I had this whiteboard out for video number 2. One was Carol's, right? I didn't need it. 2, I put this out thinking I was going to use this. I wasn't sure, but it was sitting there the whole time and I didn't need it. But I don't know if I'm going to need it for this video. It's just here, just in case. Okay, but for this one, this video is somewhat tied to the last one I just made, but it's just a very serious warning video. Okay, now, I'm one of the people that has my eyes open. I've got the binoculars on, I'm sitting in that tower watching and listening. And if I see anything that's sort of a danger to the church, then I warn. Okay, that's what I've been doing for more than a decade. So, under different names, I never use my real name, all that stuff, but that's what I do. So now, over that time I've been doing this, it's been interesting in the sense that it's been, pardon the term, an eye opener because, you start out noticing this, then you see that, and then next thing comes up, and it's just like layers and layers or waves of different deceptions in this whole thing that's called the apostasy. It's just major deceptions. There's so many different flavors of this, different parts of it, and I see it every day. It's just like, okay, if they didn't fall into this trap, then they fell into that trap. All right. They got out of this pit just enough to walk a little bit and fall into the other pit, and it is just endless with the deceptions. I could list, it's a long list. I don't want to go down that list right now. I've been warning about these things on my videos as I've gone along, but one of the ones I've been warning about, and it's been there, but I'll get to it. But lately, this one has been just going off the charts. Have you, okay, now I need the whiteboard. See, I know I was going to need it. You've probably seen these graphs, right? Where something starts out over here, and then it goes up a little more, and all of a sudden, whoops, right? This is called an exponential graph, okay? Because it's really way down there this whole time. It starts to go up slowly. It keeps going up, right? And then all of a sudden, it almost reflects itself, like it goes all the way vertical. So from horizontal, in a short amount of time, it goes vertical. It just keeps shooting up. So that's what this heresy is doing right now. It's just now, okay? It's doing this, and that's why I'm making the video. And this particular one, there's a lot of propaganda connected with it, and this is a deception that has entered the church, some time ago. It's not new, but it's, I have to be careful how I say all this, okay? But it entered the evangelical churches mostly around the 80s, maybe earlier, but it really kind of got a foothold in the 80s and in the 90s, and slowly it was growing, but, kept growing. And all right, it's been going on. So I'll get to it. Just, stay in your chair. But oh my goodness, lately it has just off the charts. And there are a lot of parts of it, okay, and some people may not realize that they're all connected. All these little parts are connected. So, okay, again, this relates to the last video. Like, I got into the whole thing about our identity in Christ as the church. Okay, so we are not on the back burner. We are not plan B. We're not in second place. All right, we are the ones in first place on top because that's how God set it up. Okay, um, that's it. I'm not saying that to sound conceited. That's just how it's set up. Okay, anybody is welcome, but they have to go through the door of Jesus to have this applied to them. So, again, I don't want to redo that whole video of what applies to only to us, but there's a lot of trying to push the church down and put another group on the pedestal. And it's idolatry. Idols get a pedestal, and people bow down to these idols. And the idol, can be anything, of course, but it can be a group of people. It can be a part of the world. It can be a very small country, for instance, in the Middle East, right? It could be over there, right? If you put all that together, you'll probably see the idol. And it's been growing, all right? It's been growing for some time now. There are all kinds of heretical movements that have sprung up. Now, looking at these things over the years, you have groups like the JWs. It's similar, okay? It's kind of interesting that they have these two letters. They go by this, that cult, okay? All right, why? They're like halfway there, all right? Okay, not the real, because that's another one. We are the real of all of that. But there are lots of counterfeits, and they are headed to, that original kind of counterfeit thing, which was real back then, but not now. Long story, different video, okay? Okay, then you have this group, the SDA cult, all right? So there's that. I'll get back to that, okay? Then we have the Hebrew roots cult. Okay, they don't know they're in a cult, They, I'm sure, have seen my videos and they click off right away. Okay, well, I try. But anyway, this is like Christianity in reverse because they're headed back there. All right, we came out and we went here and we're in Christ. They're over there. Okay, this is the plus, that's the minus. All right. They want to put themselves back under all these things that we've been set free from. Okay, so all of this is by design. None of this is by accident. Of course, the devil is ultimately behind it all, but, he has his little elves running everywhere, making all these movements. Well, they all connect, by the way. Now, since, as I said, there are these groups within the what's called evangelical church. There are movements that are all about that place and that flag. Okay, now I said this before. I'm not against that because I know this is part of the plan. God has a plan, all right? It's just a little different than their plan, but I'm not getting into that either. But so, okay, some people might think I'm all against all of this. It's not that. It's just I'm not for what they are advocating for, which most people don't even know what that really is yet. And it's one of these things, by the time you see it, it's going to be too late. Yeah, okay. We have this little guy too. I got to throw that one in. Talked about this. They claim there's 7 of them. They're not in the Bible, but you could say there are things in there that would support some of this, right? But had nothing to do with Noah. They're nothing, okay? But this is something that's going to be a threat later for us, okay? Watch YouTube videos on that. They're out there. You see what I mean? Okay, but it's all heading this way now pretty quickly, okay? There's a lot of propaganda out there, all right? I was, and when I'm on, the internet and you see endless comments all the time, it's almost like they call them bots, right? Bots, like it's a robot doing this. I mean, that's how relentless it is. Every comment section will have somebody talking about the Sabbath, keeping the Sabbath, da 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 da. I've made videos on how the only way to keep the Sabbath is to be in Christ, or you're not keeping the Sabbath. Okay, so take your little rules and go home, because you can't keep them if you're not in Christ. He is the substance of all these things. They were only shadows of what was to come. All right, I did videos on that. I don't want to get into that now, but they are Judaizers, what Paul warned about, that want to put you back under the law. And they want you idolizing certain things and looking at it in a different way and rob you of your place, okay? The things that apply to us. We are in under liberty. We're saved by grace. We're saved unto good works. But we don't need to worry about all these rules like that, okay?